One Georgetown man had a special connection to Barbara Bush and her family. David Valdez served as a photographer in the White House while her husband was president. The Nightbeat's Brandon Jones got a chance to speak with him, and Brandon, he has a lot of great memories with this family.
Yeah, he does, Mike. You know, David Valdez spent 10 years as a photographer for the Bush family. He says he feels honored to have been in the family's inner circle, and tonight he joins many people around the world grieving over a woman he admired. David Valdez knows photography can open the door to a world of memories. With a snap of a button, David fills his camera with events that matter most to him. You could say his life revolves around his camera. In fact, he's had the opportunity to meet some very important people because of it. One of those was former First Lady Barbara Bush.
For me, a guy born in Alice, Texas, is a very special thing. That job dramatically changed my life for the better.
David served as a White House photographer in the early 80s and 90s. His work shows some of the most precious moments Barbara Bush had with her family, like this photo with her grandchildren.
And I sat on the end of the bed, and then the grandchildren started coming in, and I just stood up and took some pictures, and Life magazine ran it 2 full pages in Life, and that photo went on, and as a photographer, that's the photo that I'm kind of recognized for.
David says Mrs. Bush was all about family, but she could be stern. He describes a time he thought his job at the White House would be brief.
Some other photographer took this photo of her, and she hated it. And she literally went out of her way to come over, show me the photo. And she said, "See this photo? If you ever take a photo of me like this, you're fired."
David kept his job and continued to collect memorabilia at his home.
I call it the presidential suite. Most people call it the spare bedroom.
In it, all sorts of items from the White House, including Christmas cards from Barbara Bush and the family.
On this one in 1989, she signed it to Dave and Sarah with admiration and affection.
And that's how he wants to remember her. As David makes his way to Houston for the funeral, he's left with some lasting words from a woman he considered a friend.
Mrs. Bush always would say that it doesn't really matter, the successes you have in life. The biggest success is your family, and if you can have a good, solid family, nothing else really matters.
So David says, out of respect for the family, he will not take any photos during the funeral. Mike, back to you.
All right, Brandon, thanks.